Hello, this video is called Personal Diary because I will be unpacking emotions again. There's a lot going on in my head these days because I'm home alone, but as someone who had struggled with anxiety in the past, I have worked hard to overcome it and reached a point where I can say that I have zero anxiety now. One of the key things that helped me is learning to overcome my negative thoughts and replace them with more positive and rational ones. I have noticed that I still tend to overthink a lot, and I mean a lot. My mind is constantly racing with thoughts and ideas. Shouldn't having zero anxiety mean that my mind should be at peace and quiet? Maybe it has to do something with ADHD, or maybe, just maybe, my tendency to overthink a lot can maybe be a reflection of being creative. Thinking a lot is okay, as long as it doesn't consume you. It's important to acknowledge your thoughts and emotions without judgment. If you find yourself in the similar situation, know that you are not alone in this. I'm feeling a little off today, and I will jump from subject to subject in this video. Sorry for that. What do you think is the right way to politely reject someone? My advice is to first take a deep breath, give them the benefit of the doubt, but offer your support if they don't start to hate you. Act cool, calm, collected, even if you're not feeling that. Just let them have their space and focus on yourself. It may seem difficult, but it's a powerful way to gain respect. Avoid fighting and saying mean things, even if you receive an insult. Show them that you are better than that and don't lose your confidence. Rather, let them speak their truth if that makes them feel better and listen without judgment. Don't go date other people if you still feel broken, because you lost someone you care about and it takes time to heal. If you don't heal your heart first, you will bleed on people who don't deserve that. Nobody deserves to be in a relationship where the person they are with is second guessing and playing hard to get. Nobody likes to be confused. So, how do I explain to him that he's not meant to be the one? How do I tell him that I can't even write a song about him because I wrote all of them for someone else? When the innermost feelings just aren't catching, it's better to keep your distance. Because it's never the right thing to play with someone else's feelings. I think it's normal for thoughts to resurface occasionally of something you think you forgot. There is no certain time of how long it takes to get over someone. It could take you 3 months, a year, 10 years, or a lifetime. You could end up possibly with always having feelings for that person because you thought that was your true love. But you have to remember why it didn't work out and respect their reasons for breaking your heart. Or maybe if you were the heartbreaker, remember not to blame yourself. Because you are allowed to put yourself first and think of what's best for you. If someone's presence doesn't make you happy anymore, don't pretend that it does, because that can hurt you even more than letting go. But I know love is not that simple. I just remember the quote from one of my favorite movies of all time. A story about a boy meets girl, which is not a love story. 500 days of summer. People change, feelings change. It doesn't mean that the love that was once shared wasn't true or real. It means that when people grow, they grow apart. The most heartbreaking thing in this movie for me was when Tom thought that Summer is the only person in the whole universe that can make him happy. But she didn't feel right being anyone's anything. And in the end, when she found her true love, she told Tom, I just woke up one day and I knew what I was never sure of with you. There's another quote from that movie that's a little more positive. Someday, someone will walk into your life and it will make you realize why it never worked out with anyone else. I think that Tom fell deeply in love with the idea of Summer. He didn't really love who she really is. And he completely ignored the fact that they are not right for each other. That shows when she dumped him. He villainized her because he thought that she ruined his only chance at love. Can you relate more to Tom, who felt like he was scorned by the heartless villain? Or Summer, who is not a hopeless romantic and she didn't really know what she wants? She wasn't looking for anything serious, then she develops feelings. But she became overwhelmed by how needy her boyfriend is. I can relate with Summer's thought that relationships are messy and I'd rather not get hurt. But love has a funny way of making you do things that you thought you never would. Anyway, Team Summer here because I've dealt with my decisions not having logical sense in point of view of the ones I had to let go. At some point in my life, I seemed like a bad person, just like Summer does. Go watch the movie. I know you won't regret it. And sorry for spoilers. Have you ever wondered why some people get stuck in grief, unable to move on and find happiness again? When we lose someone we love, our world is turned upside down. And it's normal to feel a wide range of emotions, from sadness and anger to guilt and regret. However, if we don't take time to truly process and work through these emotions, they can become heavy weights that hold us back from moving forward. It's important to give yourself permission to feel all the feelings that come up and seek support if you have to. Did you ever have a problem with idolizing the past? It's something that happened to me actually. It was so easy to put someone on the pedestal and only remember the good times we shared together. But it created a distorted view of love, making it seem like it was the most perfect bond I ever had with someone, when in reality, every relationship has its ups and downs. By allowing yourself to feel the full spectrum of emotions and experiences you had with your ex partner, it can make you see the relationship more objectively and let go. Just let go of the unrealistic expectations. I wish somebody told me that a few years ago. Letting go of someone you love can make you feel like you are losing a part of yourself. And the thought of moving on and starting over is terrifying. You may fear being alone, facing the fact that maybe you were the problem, and then you struggle that you made the wrong decision. Holding on to the past out of fear is only making your suffering worse. It prevents you from opening your heart again. But you have to accept that letting go doesn't erase the memories and doesn't mean forgetting. It's just something you continue to live with. And it's natural to believe and hold on to that belief that things will work out between you two. You probably found yourself thinking that they will come back to you. It's a nice thought, but unrealistic. Because clinging to false hope only prevents you from accepting the reality of the situation, and it prevents you from moving forward. That can cause you even greater pain than letting go. It's important to accept that the past is in the past and the future is full of infinite possibilities. Being stuck in grief of lost love is a common experience, and many of you will encounter that at some point in your life. I know I did struggle with that for a long time, but then I realized it's okay. It's okay to feel sad and lost after losing someone you love. But it is also important to give yourself permission to heal and to choose love over fear. I have been carrying a letter with me for a long time, afraid to see the light of day, and today I rewrote it a little bit. That's the reason I'm feeling overwhelmed. I I'm not sure how I feel, but now in this moment of reflection and talking about letting go, I felt compelled to put pen to paper and share my thoughts, but I was like, where do I even begin? If you don't mind, I will leave the letter for someone I loved before for the end of this video. Let's talk about how difficult it is to navigate through life when your emotions are all over the place, and how to cope with people calling you emotionally unstable person. It doesn't feel good to be diagnosed with such thing, but if professionals see you that way, it must mean that it is true, and you have to accept that you are different. I remember a time when I felt like I was losing my mind. One minute I would be on top of the world, feeling happy and content, and the next minute I would be drowning in a sea of sadness and despair. It was exhausting, to say the least. Feeling overwhelmed by even the smallest things, crying when somebody insults me, feeling like constantly walking on eggshells, afraid that every little thing will set you off. Yes, I was labeled oversensitive by those around me. It made me feel isolated and misunderstood. I started to spend more and more time by myself to prevent being overwhelmed by emotions of others. And I would often internalize my emotions and bury them deep down inside until eventually they bubbled over and exploded in a fit of tears. Being emotionally unstable is not something that can easily be brushed off and ignored. It's a complex and deeply rooted part of who you are. And sensitivity can manifest itself in many different ways. heightened emotions, deep empathy for others. The good part is a strong intuition, but it can all be a double-edged sword that leaves you in pain when you have to face the harsh reality of the world. It doesn't mean that you are born that way. It can be caused by many factors, such as past trauma or unresolved issues. But sometimes it's all about chemical imbalances in the brain. Then you have mood swings, outbursts of anger, difficulty regulating your emotions. That can create a storm of emotional turmoil that's impossible to escape. It can affect our relationships with others, our ability to perform good at work or school, and it can affect our overall sense of well-being. Simple tasks can feel overwhelming. Social interactions can feel draining, and even smallest setbacks can feel like another battle you have to fight. Simple things like receiving constructive criticism or handling conflicts with loved ones. It sends you spiraling into a whirlwind of negative emotions. I still isolate myself because I fear that sometimes some people will judge me because I'm too emotional. It is an uphill battle, but there's a way to cope and manage these feelings. So, what's it like to be with a person who has a condition where they have difficulty managing their emotions? Mood swings and impulsive behavior. Some people feel emptiness and abandonment, and they often shut down emotionally, making you feel like they don't care about you. That can create a circle of conflict and disconnection, which is often difficult to break. They constantly seek reassurance from their partner, experiencing intense jealousy and insecurity, projecting their own fears and insecurities into them. That can sabotage your relationship and push the person you love away. Some people are masters of creating unnecessary drama. I try not to be like that. And I think that I treated people in a healthy way. But I did struggle with mixed emotions. To believe that the person I like fell for me actually was no way. And it made me seem cold, sometimes because I couldn't fully open up. It's important to realize that emotional instability doesn't just affect you. It has impact on your partner too. They may feel confused, overwhelmed, and helpless because of you. And eventually they will start to question the stability of the relationship and wonder if they can handle the constant ups and downs. That can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration. Then you end up with breakdown in trust and intimacy. Take a step back from time to time and reflect on your behavior. And ask yourself, are my emotional reactions hurting the person I love? Am I seeking approval and validation from my partner to fill a void within myself? Am I able to communicate my needs and boundaries effectively? Or do I resort to manipulation and drama? Couples therapy is great if you can convince your partner to try that with you. A skilled therapist can help you both explore your triggers and patterns, improve communication, improve conflict resolution skills, and rebuild trust. By working together, you can strengthen your bond. It's important to share your thoughts and feelings with your partner in calm and respectful way. Practice active listening and empathy. Strive to understand each other's perspectives without defensiveness. Take care of their emotional and mental well being as much as you take care of your own. Remember that you deserve love, compassion, kindness, especially from yourself. Whatever you are struggling with, just know that you are worthy of love from those around you. And I want to remind you again that it is totally normal to be emotional. Your feelings are valid and you are not alone. Be gentle with yourself. Reach out for help when you need it. I hope that this video has provided you with some insight and inspiration. It might help you navigate through the ups and downs of life. Just know that you are stronger than you think. And you have the power to overcome anything that comes your way. Be kind to your heart. And yes, I know that some things are better left unsaid, but I changed my mind about all this because I kept quiet for a few years and even gone through a depression because of the things I couldn't say. You might not get me, and this video is too long, but we all have our ways of staying strong. Sometimes saying how you feel out loud is the right thing, and truth will always set you free. And now about that letter I wrote for someone who didn't stay long enough to see how I feel. I'm feeling a little shy to say it out loud, but it goes like this. You have been my pillars of strength, my sources of inspiration, and my reason to keep going when the world seemed like it is against me. You were my guiding light, my beacon of hope, my lighthouse in the storm. You gave me hope to rise above my insecurities and fears. You saw me at my best and at my worst and accepted me for who I am. Thank you for being there for me and believing in me. Thank you for standing by me through thick and thin. Your support and endless kindness meant the world to me. I want you to know that I still appreciate everything you've done for me. I cherish our memories, and you should know that you make this world a better place. You were more than just a friend to me, and I valued you more than words when you were a part of my life. I was blessed beyond measure to have you by my side, and I will always regret leaving you to think that I took you for granted. I hope that you don't hate me, because there was not a day in my life that I felt an inch of hate for you. I remember a time when you hurt me and I hurt you. I could have easily harbored hate towards you, but instead I chose to forgive you. It wasn't easy, but in doing so I felt a sense of peace, because holding on to hate only poisons our hearts and minds, while forgiving allows us to heal. I truly understood where you were coming from and I saw things from your perspective. I just wasn't ready to face it. We all make mistakes and we all have moments of weakness. By putting myself in your shoes, it was easier to understand why you broke my heart. Love in all its forms has the power to soften hearts, open minds, and transform hate into something beautiful. Don't stop spreading love and positivity wherever you go. You were my favorite hello and hardest goodbye. I remember a day we met like it was yesterday. You probably don't. Our friendship blossomed into something that was truly special to me, and I never wanted to let that go. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. I've missed you more than words could express, and more than any of my tears could convey. It was hard to face the fact that I lost you, but I finally did it. I wish I can tell you that even though our paths have diverged, even though our time together ended forever, that doesn't mean that you don't have a special place in my heart. I will cherish the moments we shared for a lifetime. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Thank you for shaping my soul. Kindness is like boomerang. What we put out in the universe has a way of coming back to us. You never know whose day you might brighten up with just a simple smile. I hope that you treat yourself with the same compassion and kindness that you treated me. Know your worth and never settle for anything less than what you deserve. I don't deserve you, but trust that everything happens for some reason. Painful experiences can lead us closer to finding true love and purpose in life. Surrender to the flow of the universe and believe that everything will fall into place when the time is right. As Whitney Houston sang, I hope life treats you kind, and I hope that you have all you dreamed of. I will always love you. You may never get this letter, but I will just leave it in this video as a reminder of how special you are. The end. That was the letter, and I feel much better after sharing it. There are people that will always have a special place in my heart, but I know that I shouldn't bother them anymore and beg for second chances, because it would still last if I was the right person for them. I don't want to hold anyone back from finding true love and happiness. This was very personal and it might seem crazy to you. I wasn't like that before, But yes, now I share things with everyone to hear. Nobody keeps secrets nowadays, and I still do if a person asks me to keep quiet. But in my case, everybody knows everything. I know I won't regret sharing my letter because that person will never know about that. And no, I am not holding on to past. This video was just trying to express feelings because I struggle with that. Being diagnosed with being emotionally unstable, or like I like to call it, I'm an empath, can be difficult sometimes. People did judge me and look at me like I'm crazy, asking me, do I do drugs? Then I decided I won't hold my freak back anymore. I'm still not sure. Should I be proud of being emotional or embarrassed because I'm oversharing things with complete strangers on Christmas? Another quote that's very pretty is from How I Met Your Mother. When you love someone, you don't stop ever, even when people roll their eyes and call you crazy. Even then, especially then, you don't give up. Because if I could give up, if I could just, take the whole world's advice, move on and find someone else, that wouldn't be love. Merry Christmas, people! Thank you for finding time to listen to me, and thank you for watching this video.